I'm back. Welcome to Tonight Orlando. We have a wonderful guest on our show today. Her name is Amy Mitchell. She practices family law. She's also an author, which we'll discuss later on. So I think you'll be excited to speak to somebody and hear somebody who is out there to help people. Welcome, Amy Mitchell.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely. So tell me, what inspired you to become an attorney?
Well, you know, when I was a little girl, I used to watch The People's Court.
The People's Court?
Yes, The People's Court. And I really admired Judge Milian.
How many years ago was that?
Probably 20.
I don't even remember.
30 years
Really?
ago. Yes. I'm 41, so.
I'm 68.
So I just used to admire Judge Milian and had the way she was a hard-nosed, no-nonsense judge, and she was classy and funny and intelligent. And I always said, I'm going to be like her. I'm going to be a judge one day.
And she inspired you a little bit?
Yes. So
Okay.
that's why I decided to pursue law.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up, I was born in Canada.
Okay.
And I grew up all over the U.S.
Were you watching the People's Court in Canada or in the U.S.?
Both.
Both?
Yes, both.
Was it the Canadian version of People's Court?
No, they have American shows.
They do.
there. Yes.
Because my mother is from Newfoundland. You probably didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
So sometimes I get called a goofy Newfie. Because half of me is Newfoundland, you know?
Yes.
So it's all fun. So you've been here in the States for how long now?
I've been in the U.S. since 1993.
Okay. And how long you been in Florida?
Since 1993.
1993.
And then I went to law school in Canada. And
You went to
the
law
US.
school in Canada?
Yes.
So is there reciprocity between Canadian law and American law?
No, the Canadian law is an LLB, Bachelor of Laws degree,
Okay.
and the American is a JD, a Juris Doctor. So we cross the border every single day. Study law in America and study law in Canada.
So if I understand, do you have 2 degrees then?
I
You have
do.
both? Wow.
Yes.
Wow. See, as a dentist, we don't have a lot of reciprocity. You have to take the state licenses. It's changing a little bit because really drilling a tooth and drilling a tooth in Tennessee or Florida is the same. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But law, I know it's different because the rules are different and the laws are different.
Well, I don't believe there's any reciprocity either. You have to take a Canadian bar,
Right.
an Ontario bar for me. And
Ontario, is that where you
states.
grew up?
yes.
I'm going to be up there in this summer. I'm going to be photographing puffins and Pacific loons off some island, St. Paul Island, somewhere in Canada.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I do wildlife photography. So, as I digress. So, you are a divorce attorney.
Yes, I am.
You're also a mediator, right? Collaborative mediator?
Family law.
What the heck is that?
Family mediator,
is
Supreme
that?
Court certified. So mediation is
Wait a
when
minute. What do you mean Supreme Court certified?
Florida Supreme Court certified. Family mediator.
Is everybody Supreme Court certified?
No.
Ooh, tell us.
You have to train. It's a 40-hour course, and then you have to do a mentorship under mediators and observe and participate in the mediation. So it's an intense course, but it teaches you how to be a mediator
Right.
and to resolve, family issues outside of court.
Wow.
Yes.
So, who is your mentor for that? You have some mentors, don't you?
For my mentor for the mediation course was basically, Kevin Lunsford. He taught the course. I never met him, but it was on Zoom.
And what about now the lawyers that you're with this Marks Law?
My mentors now in the law is Judge Belvin Perry Jr.
Oh, I know
my
Belvin
mentor.
Perry.
Yes, he's been my mentor since 2015 when we met. He was a guest speaker for a law class that I taught at a private high school.
Oh, wow. So you teach too?
I did. It was I don't anymore, but yes.
Okay.
So he was a guest speaker and just did a phenomenal lecture on all of his cases and criminal law.
And we had a very famous case.
Yes, he did.
You know what case that is?
Casey Anthony.
Okay, I just was
Yes.
wondering if you remember.
Mark O'Mara is an excellent litigator. He's also my mentor. And Tom Marks is my boss and at the Marks Law Firm. And he's a very compassionate attorney who goes the extra mile for the clients. And he has a lot of heart for clients. And, it's an honor and a blessing to learn family law with him. He has 38 years of experience.
And you told me that he has certain principles and values which attracted you to him. And what are those principles and values?
Well, the Marks Law Firm is a Christian-based law firm,
Okay.
which attracted me to it.
Okay.
And, our core values are, like I said, going the extra mile for the client, creativity, building relationships, leadership, teamwork, humility,
All of the above.
all of the above.
But the reason why you're here today is because somebody told me about you writing a book, which we're going to discuss at a later time. But after speaking with you and finding out you were an attorney, I had a friend who's going through a tumultuous divorce. And I referred her to a great attorney here in Orlando. But after talking to you, I felt that your passion and your compassion, especially what you're going through, you two would be a perfect fit. So I referred it to you. So you have a client. The whole point I bring this up is that's a gift that you have that I think other clients can relate. Can you expand on the gift I'm telling you?
I appreciate that, Dr. Carl. I have been going through my own contentious divorce for 3 years. It's been quite a roller coaster, and I can empathize with these clients because I'm in it with them, and I let them know we're in it together. And it's not an easy road, but at the end, you will come out stronger.
And what's nice about you being able to relate to them is you level the playing field. So basically, I'm going to get a divorce. I'm going through hell. And I see you and you go, I understand what you're going through. How do you understand what I'm going through? I'm going through it myself. That changes the whole, dialogue between you and your client. Do you agree?
I agree, 100%.
Okay. So I'm not leading the witness here, am I?
No,
Because
no.
I like to lead the witness to get my resolution. That's the way I work.
No, it's true. It puts the, you're right. It does even the playing field, and.
And it's almost anything in life. I mean, we're talking legal, me being a dentist, alleviating a patient's fears. Now, I'm not here to drill you because I use drill. I'm here just to ask you questions so people can understand how you can be a positive influence in these kind of people's lives. Because here in Orlando, we got, what did you say before? Lawyers are a dime a dozen, so a
Yes.
dentist. But you have to break out from that pack. And you're breaking out how?
By being the lawyer who's actually going through the divorce as well.
And you love what you do.
I love what I do.
And you love helping people.
I love helping people. Yes.
And that's a big difference. That's a huge difference. Now, I got some callers. They sent me little cards. They want to ask you a couple of questions here.
Okay.
So this one, I don't know where these people come up with this, but what is the name of Orange Avenue?
1792.
You've been researching this.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that you know it's 1792 and Orange Avenue, why does Florida have two names for roads? Too late. The reason why is we don't want the tourists moving here. We like to get them lost and they get fed up with the traffic. Do you believe that?
No.
No, because I made it up. But 1792 and Orange, I don't know why. Every darn road in Florida has two names. And we have a beautiful lake called Lake Eola.
Yes.
You know how many black swans are on that lake? That's what they're asking me. How many black swans are on Lake Eola?
None.
What are you, on drugs? There is 2 black swans on Lake Eola. I know because I photographed them. So have you looked at Lake Eola?
Not recently. I haven't.
Oh, so then you wouldn't know there was black swans.
Right.
What kind of swans do you think were there? None,
I hadn't thought about it really.
See, you haven't thought about it. You're stuck in that building doing law. I got to get you outside with us. So, in essence, what we're talking about is, divorce is what we really started with family law. But I want to touch upon an issue that's called narcissism.
Yes.
And you understand narcissism. I understand it. But a lot of people may not understand it. So could you give us like a brief synopsis of what is narcissism, what you see in your daily practice?
A lot of clients, when they initially call us to book an appointment to come in, they ask, do you have experience with a narcissist?
They ask you that.
They specifically ask that.
Wow, I didn't know
Several.
that.
Many of them ask
Wow,
that.
good.
So the term is prevalent. It seems that narcissism creeps up everywhere. But a lot of narcissists don't get diagnosed as narcissists because they're very good at being charming and they're very good at being polished.
Ted Bundy,
Yes.
charisma out the wazoo, right?
Yes. And then their mask falls off. And that's when it becomes a very stressful time for many of our clients who are divorcing a narcissist.
Now,
because-
question, when you say the mask falls off, does it fall off for the victim? Because usually people who find these people with a lot of charisma and charm don't realize they're a narcissist. Or am I wrong?
No, I mean, if the victim realizes it because the narcissist becomes manipulative,
Right.
they become controlling. The victim ends up living in a cage, walking on eggshells.
And you know what that's called, don't you? The Stockholm Syndrome.
The Stockholm syndrome, that's trauma bonding.
Yeah,
yes.
it's really bad. But I have personally been involved with a narcissist. And when my friends found out what I was talking about, you got to be kidding me. He's so charming. He's so charismatic. So they never saw that mask fall off on the narcissist. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So they're really good actors. They're better than me and you here on the set.
Yes.
You get that, right?
Yes.
So what happens when they call your firm and they say, hey, do you have experience with a narcissism? What do you tell them?
Well, absolutely, we have experience with narcissists.
Do they ask you any specific questions?
It depends
Right.
on the client. The thing with our law firm is we have experience, 38 years of experience. Attorney Tom Marks has.
Right.
And we can anticipate the narcissist's next moves. We can fight
Really?
the narcissist. We know how to mitigate the damages that a narcissist, creates for our clients. It's not easy to divorce a narcissist.
I just read a book called The Sociopath Next Door, which is the first book about talking about narcissism. I forget the author's name right now because that's sometimes what I do. When you're 68, sometimes you forget. You know what I mean? But the point being is that narcissism, are they usually abusive physically or is it all mental?
So it can go either way.
Okay.
I mean, not all narcissists are, commit domestic violence.
Okay.
A lot do.
A lot do. So if I had to ask you per percentage, just a ballpark, 20%, 30%. I mean, your experience in the law firm. I'm not holding you to any number because I'll tell you why I'm asking you this.
In the law firm, I'd say probably about 20%.
Okay. So it's 2 out of 10.
And that's a rough estimate.
Yeah, that's a rough, because I know several narcissists and they've never lifted their hand up toward the victim, but mentally have destroyed them.
Yes.
Destroyed them.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
They gaslight. They drive the.
You know what? I'm an old
crazy.
guy. What the heck is gaslight? Gaslight, I used to go to a bar called the Gaslight Lounge by my dental school. Now gaslighting is a term. What is gaslighting?
So gaslighting is actually, the term came from a movie. A movie, I don't know what year.
That's okay.
But it's a movie where the husband was dimming the lights, the gas lights every day where his wife was around, and he would dim it little by little by little till
Really?
her whole world started getting dark. But as he was dimming it, she'd say, "Is it getting darker in here?" And he'd say, "No, it's not."
Seriously?
Yeah.
I got to find that movie now.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to Google the gaslighting movie because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And that's how the term came about?
That's how the term came about, from my knowledge. And basically, gaslighting someone is telling them that they're doing something or making them feel like they're going crazy
Wow.
because you're doing something to them and acting like you're not, or saying that you're not. And then they start to believe that it's true.
Wow. I
And
didn't
it
know that.
actually is really psychologically damaging.
So it's interesting. That's a term you're seeing thrown all over social media now.
Yes.
I mean, I'm seeing it on Instagram, on Facebook. This person was gaslighting me, and I'm always thinking, what the heck is that? So that's what it is. It's a kind of a psychological warfare, huh?
Yes, it is.
Oh, boy. I tell you, the world's gone mad, hasn't it?
I know. Yes,
And you have 3 daughters.
I do. 3 daughters.
And how are you handling them with all this social media and stuff?
Oh, I mean, I just warn them. I monitor their apps.
Good.
And, I warn them that anything you put in writing, anything you air out there, and I warn clients this too. Social media is a real problem.
Yeah.
That anything you put out there
Is there for good?
is there for good. You can't take it back.
Well, as a dentist, our saying used to be, words are like toothpaste. Once it's out of the tube, you can't bring it back in.
Yes.
And everybody goes, oh, that's another dental thing. Well, that's who I am. But it's true.
I've heard that.
You've heard it too.
Yes.
See, I'm not that old. So, in closing, I would like to thank Amy for coming on our show. The good news is that Amy will be back, and it'll be exciting to hear her talk about her other passion in life, which is writing. So, in the meantime, continue your passion with Divorce Attorney, helping people like my friend. And to get a hold of Amy Mitchell and the Marks Law Firm, we're going to put all the contact information on the bottom of the screen. So you'll be more than happy to contact her. And as I can tell you, she's got the passion. She understands what it is to go through a tumultuous divorce. So she would be a great attorney for you if that's what you're going through. And tune in a couple of months when we have her back, not talking about divorce, but talking about her other passion in life, writing and the book she co-authored. I can't tell you the name. I don't want to get her in trouble, but I know the name and it'll come out. And I'm sure I'll read it before I bring it back on here. So thank you, Amy, for coming. It's been a pleasure. You're smiling now. How was it?
It was much better.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Tonight Orlando, and we'll be right back.